Okay, I'm actually going to redo this first part because of a interruption from the last video. But anyway, we're going to talk about a sector. It's kind of like Star Wars. It's a section of space, but it's a section of a circle here. A sector of a circle is the region bounded by an arc of the circle and the two radii to the arc's endpoints. So here's the two radii, here's the arc. It's the shaded end part. It's a sector. But in the unshaded region is also a sector because here's two radii and here's another arc. So don't forget you could have different sectors with different measurements. I always think of it's kind of like the slice of pizza, you know. Or if you're a person who likes pie, you know, we can say slice of pie. But it's just that little section. Well, remember yesterday when we talked about circumference and we wanted to know the length of an arc, we did the fraction of the circle using the degree measure of the arc. Well, that's the same type of idea here. I like how they tell this here. What's the area of the sector of a circle? It is a fraction of the area of the whole circle. M equals the degree measure of the arc. So here's your M. That's the degree measure of the arc. And R is the radius of the circle. So I'm going to actually set it up very much the same way before. I'm going to go area of a sector is M over 360 times pi R squared. Now, it's not too difficult to do. We want to make sure that we have this, read it. Now, in your notes, this didn't copy off very well, so we're trying to fill this in, but I do believe over here was a 45 and over here was a 90-degree arcs. So I want to find the area of that shaded sector. Now, again, they could have asked for the unshaded, but this time they did the shaded one. Well, all you have to do is write your formulas down. We go M over 360 times pi R squared. So I get 135 over 360. I get pi. My radius is 2, so I put my 2 in there, squared. And so then we have to sit there and reduce. So I get 4 pi here. And then we have to do our fractions with this. So when I get the fraction of it, we reduce it down. And what do we get? 135 over 360. I'm totally blanking out myself right now. What goes in there? Does 9 go in both? Or 45, I think, might go in both. Let me do a quick reducing of the fraction today. I am totally not with it. What do we get here? 3/8. All right, so I get 3/8 times 4 pi. Now, that's over 1, so I get 12 pi over 8. When that reduces down, 4 can come out, so that's 3 pi over 2, and this is area again, so that would be square units. Now, this next one said 36 on it, okay? So when we're figuring that out, we have to be very careful. Your area equals M over 360 times pi R squared. So when we do that, we get 36 over 360. My radius is 9. Now, sometimes you have to calculate that first, but that's okay. So that's 6 squared. Now, 36 over 360, we should be able to reduce that really quickly. That's just 1/10. And that's times 36 pi. We'll put that over 1. Some of you know how to cross-reduce when you're multiplying fractions, but some of you, it might be better if you just go 36 pi over 10, and then what comes out of both? Oh, let's see. Working with that, doesn't 2 come out of both? Doesn't that become 18 pi over 5, and that would be in square units. Now, hopefully I'm not imagining too much. Now, same type of idea over here. I want the shaded section, but I gave you the fact this is 72 degrees. But what's this one? 108 degrees. So now that's going to be the case. My diameter is 10, so my radius would be 5. So area equals M over 360 times pi R squared. So I get M to be 108 over 360. My radius is 5 squared, so we have 5 there. Well, what comes out of 108 and 360? Doesn't 36 come out of there? I do believe 36 comes out of 108. That's 3 times. I think we get 3/10, if I do believe. And then I get 25 pi that we're working with. That's over 1. Well, what comes out of 25 and 5? And 10? Well, 5. So that's 2. That's 5. Multiply across. That's 15 pi over 2 square units. Okay. So hopefully that will give you some ideas. This went pretty fast. Oh, I should have shoved it up. Let me finish putting those up there for you for a second or two. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize it wasn't high enough. Just make sure you line up your formulas. Notice everything still goes straight down. I reduce fractions. I multiply fractions by going straight across. Cross reduce. There's a lot of different ways of doing this, but do what works best for you to get the right answer. But leave it in terms of pi and leave it with your fractions. I do not want decimals. All right, we'll talk more about this later.